Hi and welcome back to Bride Society. Now, a couple of weeks ago we did our top wedding cake trends for 2019. So today we thought we'd look at weddings more generally and the trends that we think will be big in 2019. So yeah, see what you think. If you agree, let us know below if you are doing any of these things, or if you've got other ideas, or if you think we're completely wrong. Let us know.
But of course we're not.
Well, of course not.
Of course we're not.
No. So the first thing we think is going to be big next year are more eco-friendly, ethical weddings. And I think definitely in kind of outside of the wedding world, I think we're becoming definitely more conscious of the amount of plastic we're using, or single-use plastic, things like that. And I think this is filtering into your wedding as well. So why not have it as part of your wedding day when it's part of your everyday? So of course David Attenborough has a lot to do with that. But also in the royal wedding earlier this year, Princess Eugenie, I believe, had a plastic-free wedding. So she eliminated all plastics from her wedding day. So we'll see if that the brides and grooms adopt that approach as well.
Follow suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like obviously lots of ways you can do that, and actually if you want us to make another video on like bringing together all our ideas about how you can do that, let us know. But there would be things like, you know, using local suppliers so that the kind of carbon footprint of getting to your wedding, you know, is reduced. Not using like single-use straws or cups at the bar.
That's just a really simple one, isn't it? Like it
doesn't
really have an impact.
Yeah. And just things that you can reuse. I know, like, even just for me, from a financial point of view, when I was planning my wedding, I was quite keen that a lot of the things that I bought for my wedding would be stuff that I could reuse afterwards, because I hated this idea of like spending all this money for one day. You can never use anything again. So yeah, wherever I could, it would be things that I could like put in the house later, or do this and that and the other with. But from an eco point of view, I'll just pretend I was really eco-friendly back then. That was my main driver for this. But yeah, obviously, yeah, just being able to kind of reuse them on throwing all this stuff away.
Yeah, and there's things like, again, we'll go into more details if we do another video on it, but if you're having flowers, your florist not using floral foam, so you could have a foam-free floral arrangement. That's really difficult to say. Or not having cut flowers at all and using maybe like potted plants that you could use after the wedding or give to other people after the wedding as well. Yeah, just a few simple changes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we did a video recently with potted plants, for like the
the table plant.
Table plan, yeah. So things like that, and yeah, people can take those away and we home them. Yeah, and also like maybe like pre-loved wedding dresses, or sort of ethical cloth and that kind of thing that your dresses are made from, or even really any pre-loved item for the wedding, really.
Recycling.
I think I did see a wedding fair like maybe a year ago now when I noticed it, but where I think everything there was like pre-loved, like to sell on. It's just the whole wedding fair was,
which is probably also slightly more budget friendly as well.
I would have thought
so winning on all counts there.
Indeed. And then I suppose on the dress front, but moving away from the kind of ethical side, just our sort of next trend, our topic, it's to do with like, we think there's a bit of a push more towards maybe getting both bridal gowns as well as bridesmaids dresses more from like high street shops rather than the typical like bridal boutiques. Obviously I think there'll always be a place for the bridal boutique, but just maybe more the budget bride, or the more maybe fashion edge at the lower price point kind of bride.
Yeah. There's a lot more choice on the high street now as well, which helps.
Sort of variety in the style.
Yeah, as you've seen from a few of our previous videos, which we'll link somewhere.
Yeah, there'll be a card.
Yeah, we've shown some high street retailers and their wedding dress collections.
Yeah, we'll try and do some more of those too. Yes, and then it's also though, in terms of the design of dresses for next year, we kind of think there's a push towards the more sort of simple, like more emphasis on the silhouette in terms of shape, like so not a whole heap of detailing, but it being more about the cut of the dress rather than like a lot of lace or a lot of beading, sort of following the sort of Meghan Markle effect from her wedding, and
which we also
influence.
which we talked about in the cake video as well. But yes, the Meghan effect.
yes, the royal weddings have obviously been quite in the forefront in the last year or two. So I think it's been quite influential in terms of filtering through into fashion and lifestyle. I guess particularly in the UK. But.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Okay, our third trend for next year is for the food, like sharing and family style wedding breakfast, essentially. So not a formal sit down 3-course meal where everything is plated and brought to you, but maybe your main course is kind of brought and you can just share it between, maybe you've got someone in charge of like carving a joint of meat if that's what you're having, and then there's like platters of vegetables, or not even traditional kind of wedding food of meat and vegetables and potatoes. It could be anything really. And I think this is, again, people feel as though they have more freedom to do their wedding how they want to do it. It's not this formulaic, you've got to do this at this point, this is what you've got to have for your wedding breakfast. I think there's a lot more acceptance now that you really can do it your way and what you like and what you want to have. And also it's a conversation starter. I think if you're sharing food, especially if you've got a table of people that don't necessarily know each other, it's a good way to break the ice. That, oh, can you pass me that? And then you get chatting and... Yeah,
oops, I spelt that down, you sorry.
Hopefully
not, sorry. And then I think our next one was in terms of like styling your wedding. So again, on this point that Laura just made about how like people don't necessarily feel you have to be as sort of traditional in how things are anymore. So I think just this whole wave of the fact that you can actually like now hire whole companies just to style your wedding in whatever takes your fancy kind of thing. Like that in itself I think is a whole trend. But well, more specifically, I think we saw quite a lot of those hopefully you know what I'm talking about, these like huge, like off the screen size letters with lights in that light up, and it's usually maybe your initials or the word love or something, which are really quite effective and really nice, and they've been quite popular. And we think the sort of the evolution of that, so the upcoming trend is more like the sort of neon signs, again saying different things, maybe like some song lyrics or again love or initials.
Yeah, I think it's just that a bit different and it's still a bit quirky and unusual, and I mean, and neon lights are just cool, aren't they? And if you have something meaningful to you, again, it's something you can put in your house afterwards and have as a talking point as part of your home decor. So okay, so our final prediction for 2019, which isn't necessarily a trend we've seen a huge amount of yet, but we think it should be big in 2019.
I think this is going to catch on.
Yeah, it's Frosé. Now, what is Frosé, I hear you ask? Think kind of frozen slushies.
Frozen rosé.
Yeah, for grown-ups. So this is definitely an adults only drink reception.
Yes, and probably a summer-based one.
Yes.
Otherwise you're going to freeze your guests.
So great for summer weddings, few drinks reception, bit of frozen rosé, everyone outside in the sunshine having fun.
Yeah, I think it's just like a fun twist on your sort of cocktail hour, reception drinks as we call it here.
So why not? So yes, please let us know if you're planning on having Frosé as part of your wedding.
We will make this catch up. But yeah, as Laura said at the start, let us know if you like these ideas, and if you're doing anything yourself, please hit subscribe and check out those other videos we mentioned, and let us know if there's anything else in particular you'd like to see us do. We'd love to hear from you.